Alright, so I came home to my house, not my apartment, but my house, expecting to see my family. I wanted to say hi and eat a peanut butter crunch flatbread, and no one's here, and it's Sunday, and so I'm confused if I just didn't get invited to the party or what's going on, because normally my parents aren't doing anything on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, so I was like, what is going on? But I also saw this as an opportunity to film a video, because I'm in a pretty decent mood. And also I normally get nervous filming around my family, and I was like, you know what? It's just like the old days when I'd have to wait for my parents to go to dinner or something before I could film my video in the hallway, because I'd be screaming a lot of profanity and I didn't want them to know that I was making YouTube videos and, you know, tarnishing their family name. I wanted to make a video about Gabrielle. So I am. Gabrielle was absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me. I want that, you know, to be on paper, everyone to know this. I will never consider her anything otherwise, or anything else, or I don't know what the proper term would be. And if you're hearing Ivy, you know, choke to death in the background, that's just for the dramatic suspense. I really don't know what she's trying to eat. That's not my business. Gabrielle was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and I will likely consider her that for a very long time, if not forever, because we dated all the way throughout high school, which basically implies that we went through a lot together. We went to all the dances together. We took all the tests together. I would go to her locker every day before school, and then I'd go to her locker every day after school, and we'd walk out together. And it's one of those things where, you know, when you're doing it every single day, you don't really care. It's just part of your routine, but sometimes I can't help but think about what I would do to be able to go and do that again. It's interesting how it's like the little shit that really matters to you over time. You know, like big catastrophic events don't seem to stick, like, you know, walking someone to their car after school and stuff. But I guess that's a good thing, because most of the time the little things are very easy to get and they don't cost money. Gabrielle was obviously, and of course still is, and will likely just continue to become more and more beautiful. I mean, she always has been. Even when we were like in 8th grade and she thought she was so ugly and looked like a boy, which, you know, some might argue was true, but I didn't really care. I was obsessed with her. I was probably more obsessed with her in 8th grade than I ever have been. That's the disturbing part, because all I had to do was think about, you know, Call of Duty and her. Gabrielle is also a very motherly person. You know, while dating for years, she never wanted a dog. Never wanted a dog. She'd always just hate on the idea of getting a dog. But then when they got Squirt, I mean, she just, you know, it all clicked. She was just all over it, so motherly, so caring, was always obsessing over Squirt. I mean, I couldn't catch a break, guys. I'd be like trying to get lucky, or I'd be like taking her out to dinner, or we could be skydiving, and I guarantee you Gabrielle would find a way to talk about Squirt in the moment. Like, did I leave Squirt's food bowl out? Like, Gabrielle, we are literally falling from the sky right now. Can we talk about this when we hit the ground? And Gabrielle was like this towards me too. If I was going through something, she always knew how to be like as weird as it sounds to make your girlfriend sound like your mom, she was like a motherly character in my life, like a motherly person, like a backbone. She just sort of held me down whenever I thought I was just gonna like lose myself. And I will always be appreciative of her for that, because to this day she's the only person that has ever been able to do that, and she knows that, and I think the people around me know that as well, especially recently, because I haven't had that, so I've not necessarily been as okay as I'd like to say I have been. We also, I mean, when you start dating at 16 and 15, like I started talking to her within the same week that I got my car. So she couldn't even drive yet. I had just started to be able to drive. In fact, the first place I ever drove was her house. And this is something I've never talked about on YouTube. The first place I ever drove when I first got my car was her house for her little party that she was having. I didn't realize that till just now, but that's like the perfect example of how young we were. I mean, we don't know anything else. And I'll be honest, to this day, I don't know if I want to know anything else. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and dig a hole in my front yard and just lay in it. I have done that before and I end up being really smelly, and I don't like bugs. To be honest, I don't really like dirt either, so that's just not my forte. As a lot of you know, I've been writing a free ebook on anxiety. This is something I'm very passionate about and proud of. I made it free so that absolutely everyone can access it and read it, because it's not long. It's very entertaining, or at least I'm trying to make it. It's very relatable, and it talks about things that no one in their right mind would ever... I never thought I'd have the balls to talk about this stuff, but I am. And if you're interested in that and perhaps learning from my mistakes or hearing the truth or any of that, you can go to my website. It's at the top. You just put your email in and then I'll send it to your email whenever it's done. I'd appreciate it because I'm very proud of that, and I think you will enjoy it and there's at least something to be learned in there. Gabrielle's also incredibly hardworking. I never understood it. In high school, she'd be obsessed over what grade she got on a test, and if she got a 92%, it was the end of the world, and I'd be sitting here with a D and trying to act confident in front of her. I mean, she would just go above and beyond when it came to school. I mean, it was incredible. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Gabrielle and some other people in high school, I'd have never gotten through high school. No. I would not have. And Gabrielle always had a 4.0, if not above. She'd always be talking to me about her grades and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie, I hated hearing about it, because for one, it made me feel dumb, but also I just never had any interest in school. So over time, it became harder and harder to just sit there and be like, yes, Gabrielle, you still have a 4.0. You have since the 3rd grade, but it is what it is. And sometimes I wish I could listen to her rant about something or tell me about her grade she got on a test, because it's like, that's another one of those things where you don't really appreciate it until it's gone. You know, like, I haven't had my ears cleaned out in months, guys. I can barely hear shit. And y'all know how Gabrielle liked to get down. She liked to get deep in there and film it, which I will never understand, but I miss it, that's for sure. I'm just certain that there's people watching this video that have never watched our content before, and they're probably just like, what the f is he talking about? Like, please, help this boy. Gabrielle and I accomplished so much together. We traveled to so many places together. We went through so much together. We put each other through so much, and I refuse to look back on it in a negative light. I really do. I won't be doing that. I will always appreciate her, and I will always love her and have love for her and hope her the best, because I'm sure she's going to do incredible things. Whether it's on social media or she's a doctor or both. I mean, she could do both, I have no doubt. And I will be very proud that I got to be a part of that. We're not crying, damn it. I'm telling you right now, we're not. Gabrielle is an incredible person, and I cannot wait to see what she accomplishes or what direction she goes in, because I will always support her. I'll always be looking from afar and saying, yeah, I'm very proud that I got to be a part of that at one point in my life. That'll be very difficult. It's going to be torture, I'll be honest. Whereas I'm sure it'll be torture to see me move on as well. I'm not, you know, this certainly isn't one-sided. But that's going to be torture, yeah. I really thought that I would marry that girl. I really thought I'd marry Gabrielle Moses. I really did. And the fact that I'm not, I still haven't accepted, I'll be honest. I haven't processed that. But I wanted to marry her for all the reasons that I've mentioned in this video. I mean, when you find someone that's your backbone, that is incredibly therapeutic, is your medicine, is the only person that can calm you down, is the person you talk to every single day. I mean, I'm a dick, guys. You think I'm gonna walk to someone's locker in the morning and after school every single day just because I'm nice? No. I mean, you have to be something very special for me to do that, especially when all my friends are, you know, throwing food at each other in the cafeteria at that time. I mean, I was missing out. I hope that everyone watching this video is one day able to find someone that is so caring, so motherly, so dedicated, hardworking, beautiful, because as long as you don't lose them, it's awesome. It's awesome. It was awesome. I wish I had more to say, but I don't. You know, when someone is not only your friend, they're your best friend, but they're also your girlfriend, but they're also very therapeutic to be around, and they're almost like your medicine, and they're always there when things get bad, and they're the only person that has ever been able to calm you down or make you feel like everything is okay. It's very hard not to fall in love with that. And I hope that everyone watching this is able to find someone that can do that for them, and I really hope I'm able to find that again, because I have not. And I don't know if I even care to try, but I'm certainly not going to think about that as much as I am right now. I would also like to say thank you to Gabrielle's friends and family that have been there for her throughout this experience. I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of friends and family around me during this experience as well. I appreciate each and every one of you for being there for her, because she certainly needed it, I'm sure. But I love Gabrielle. I likely always will. I will always have love for Gabrielle, and I cannot wait to see her accomplish big things, with or without me. And at this point, it looks like it's going to be without me, but